scene, faster than you've ever seen. Sonic's got nothing on me. I'll show the world who I can be. I'll break the sound and the mold. Counting rings of pure gold. I'm the king without a crown. Watch me as I tear it down.
Greetings and salutations, future servants of the throne. This is yours truly, King Scourge The Hedgehog. Yeah, and welcome back to another not reaction video. This is more my review, actually. And today we're reviewing the Sonic movie 3. And I thought that was a way to kind of, kickstart the new year off right. Kind of like how someone on another channel did, Emerald Masters. So be sure to check them out. But I will say this though, unlike him, I'm going to be just doing spoilers and some that aren't really spoilers, but you get the point. Anyway, so if you aren't a fan of spoilers, be sure to leave in the case, but if you don't care about spoilers, you can stick around for this video all you want. But without further ado, let's begin. So, I'm going to say this though, with Keanu and all, with how he did Shadow, I actually liked, and honestly, there were some lines he could have done better, but with a limited amount of time that they had, I guess they couldn't really do too much in order for production they began. But I will say this though too, is that like with Tom and Maddie in this movie, like they didn't really have much in the case going on this time, which honestly actually fit considering the fact that they pretty much still impact the story a whole bunch. Like with Tom nearly dying to Shadow at the time, leading up to it causing Sonic to want to actually defeat Shadow, and then leading on to where it went. Then it was actually quite impressive, like how it seriously went on from like Tom almost dying to Sonic actually confronting Knuckles, and then it was just plain epic. And speaking of, with the whole thing with Team Sonic, it was actually quite interesting due to the fact that their whole dynamic together was semi-shattering due to the fact of with this threat, aka Shadow. It was interesting at best, in my personal opinion, and it was quite interesting on the fact of him being like with Sonic when he like stood up to Knuckles and was willing to go through anything just to get his revenge for Tom. Like that was a complete shock in my opinion. But I guess things can be learned from the Blue Buffoon. And speaking of that Blue Buffoon, let's not forget one of the most interesting battles that the movies have done. Sonic versus Shadow in their super forms, which, not gonna lie, with Shadow, he looked, for some reason, like that Super Saiyan Rose Goku. You can yell at me all you want in the comment section, Dragon Ball fans, but it just looked like that similar to me a little bit, considering the fact that he was more rose gold than normal gold, which honestly actually kind of worked for him, unlike Sonic, who's always looking like someone pissed on him and all. But yeah, still, I must say though, that fight was actually bananas. Then also leading to the fact of their battle, like with the robots, aka the second best one on the battles, that was actually amazing. Legit, top notch, 10 out of 10 would watch again on that part, especially with that Live and Learn remix. And can we also talk about the fact that with Jim Carrey, aka Eggman, and the Gerald scenes, because like throughout the whole movie, it looks like that him and Gerald would be amazing together. But near like the end bit with those two, like it just seems more like that they're drawn, that after they find out their true intentions, that they instantly draw apart. Because when the professor says, "You're no Maria," that's what I believe surprised a lot of people, due to the fact that like those two, they just seem like two Eggmen together that would make one whole Eggman. But then when hearing that, it's like Eggman battling someone who he thought was someone he knew, but then wound up being someone he didn't know that all along. That was actually shocking to me. And with him and Agent Stone, it seemed more like those two were in a way great friends, and with all that went on, it was like those two like seeming more distant thanks to Professor Gerald Robotnik's work and everything. And honestly though, I'm going to say this, I don't think Eggman's dead, because think he didn't die in the last movie and he was supposed to have, but I honestly don't think he did in this movie either, because like there were some ways he could have escaped, and the explosion behind from Shadow, just that was with the way he was like, if I can't rule the world, I might as well save it. That was actually just amazing in my personal opinion. And also another thing I wanted to point out is the fact that with like freaking the Maria and Shadow scenes, like, I'm going to say this now, if you're a fan of the Maria and Shadow stuff, then this is a movie you actually do want to check out, because legit, it just sparks creation into the whole story they've made, and it just really makes it more better, you know? And I'm going to say this now, literally, I would be like a monster, I guess, if I didn't say this, but with those two together, they just were really good friends, and I can't believe I have to say this. I actually felt bad for what happened to Stripes. Wow. I can't believe I said that, whatever. Anyways, still though. And another thing I actually want to point out is the fact that, like, with Wade, when they brought him up for, like, 2 seconds in the case, like, that actually surprised me that they even brought, that Knuckles had him guarding the Master Emerald out of all things. Just, like, why? I don't think he would be very responsible with it. But I am going to say one thing, though, is that, like, with Commander Walters, or as I call him, Olive Garden guy, with how he was all that time ago, like, I'm actually quite curious what his plan was originally going to be for Project Shadow. If he was going to just try and reason with him, or if he was going to destroy him in total. Questions I still have are still roaming in my mind. But I am going to mention another thing too, is the fact that, like, the space colony arc wasn't even in space until, like, near the end. Like, I was surprised, at all honesty, just do that. And the fact that, like, all that time, like, after they even got back on Earth, that they had to resurface it out of the water was just surprising to me. And I also want to talk about with the professor, like, legit, he planned out all of that in the case just to meet Robot Ivo, and then just ended up with the betrayal in the end. Just, that was a huge, like, plot twist from my end, but I guess what more can you do in this case? But I guess we'll have to wait and see. And one last thing I want to talk about is that like, after the end credits, I am really actually kind of hyped for this, with like how they're gonna have, like, with the characters of Metal Sonic and Amy in the, like, next movie. That I'm looking forward to, but it does leave me with a question: who powered on Metal Sonic, and who's going to be the main bad guy now that's after Sonic? Because I know Metal Sonic, and I don't think that he'd be doing this on his own. So there's gotta be someone else out there targeting Sonic. But who is the question? And are they as devilishly handsome as I am? Okay, that one I just decided to throw in. But anyway, so still, I guess though that's pretty much it for a lot of the stuff that I wanted to kind of mention. But overall, the movie is actually... Oh, wait, hang on, I actually remember one thing. Like with the Chao Garden, I did like how it was in Japan, but I also am actually wondering, is it actually kind of a hint that Cream might show up in the next movie and as well? And if so, who else is going to be in the next movie? But anyways, though, still, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to hit that... Oh, hang on, I forgot to say. Oh, yeah. Anyways, I think that the movie overall is pretty good, and I recommend it to all of you to check it out as well. But if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell below to stay notified when I upload. And be sure to share this around with anyone you know in order for this channel to grow. And also, if you have any suggestions for future videos, be sure to leave it in the comment section below, and I will see that I can do what I can. But also, be sure to check out my acquaintances channels in the description below, as was my name, Fiona. And also, be sure to follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and my BlueSky. Anyways, though, from now, this is yours truly, King Scourge The Hedgehog, saying sayonara to all my future servants to the throne, and hail to the king, baby. Sadios.